Nowadays, everyone seems to be getting more and more hooked, not just on substances like drugs or alcohol, but on almost anything. It's as though we crave constant stimulation every second, to the point where we can't even sit down for a meal without turning on a YouTube video. Overindulging in these habits can steer us toward a life we don't want, leading us down paths of addiction, whether that's substance abuse, video games, or other traps we might not even realize we're falling into. By avoiding these harmful habits, we sidestep a dark and miserable path, and in doing so, we set ourselves up to become more productive, confident, ambitious, and genuinely happier with life. I know most of us have tried to quit our addictions countless times, only to find ourselves back at day one over and over. It's a battle that feels endless. But don't worry, by the end of this video, you'll have what you need to break free from these habits and finally get your life back on track. First, let's take a look at how addiction works in our brains. Addiction targets our brain's reward system. When we experience something enjoyable, like eating chocolate, gaming, or drinking, our dopamine levels rise, making us feel pleasure and happiness. But as a wise monk might say, nothing lasts forever. What goes up must come down. Once dopamine peaks, it eventually drops again, often dipping below our usual baseline, leading to feelings like tiredness, a lack of focus or motivation, and general hopelessness. Our brains don't like staying below baseline and enduring that discomfort, so they seek out quick, pleasurable fixes to lift us back up. But chasing quick pleasures only drops us down again, creating a cycle, a roller coaster of highs and lows. The faster our dopamine rises, the sharper it falls. Addictive behaviors, like drugs, gaming, or excessive screen time, cause these dopamine spikes, leading to deeper lows afterward. This cycle makes it hard to enjoy slower, lasting activities like reading, which raise dopamine more gradually. That's why sitting down with a book feels impossible if you're a video game addict. If you've struggled with a habit like gaming, people often say, just quit. But the truth is, whatever you're addicted to is deeply woven into your daily routine, much like brushing your teeth or showering. You can't simply stop it out of nowhere. So, how do we genuinely quit? The first step is self-awareness. Admit that you're struggling and recognize the impact on your life. People may say they play games to relax or socialize, yet spend hours yelling into a mic over a bad teammate, only harming their mental health. Playing games isn't inherently bad, but it becomes harmful when you lose control, and the game takes control over you. The second step is finding a healthy replacement for the habit. For instance, I once spent days locked to my chair, frying my dopamine receptors with League of Legends, until I realized this was a problem. I had nothing going on in my life, looked malnourished, and hadn't been outside in weeks. So I made a change and got into fitness. Gradually, I found myself playing games less as I filled my time with workouts, learning about health, and enjoying progress in the gym. This became a new source of dopamine. Rather than quitting cold turkey, replace the habit with something that raises dopamine more slowly, like reading, yoga, drawing, or socializing. Step 3. Replacing an addiction sometimes isn't enough. Even while consistently working out, I'd still sneak in hours of League. But then, I started this YouTube channel, set goals, and got so focused on growing the channel that I had no time for games. With a new passion, I didn't even think about video games anymore. So find something you're passionate about, a goal or a hobby, and let it occupy your mind. This will help reduce space in your mind for your former addiction. Yet, even with these steps, the urge can sneak up. When it does, resist the temptation by thinking about something positive, like a cherished memory, rather than fighting the urge directly. Redirecting your mind to something that brings joy can help break the cycle of craving. Step 4 is about managing days when your mood drops, tempting you to seek quick pleasure. Often, these behaviors are a way to escape feeling crappy. But if we maintain good mental health, these low days are less frequent. Meditation, gratitude, good physical health, and positive interactions can all help. And step 5, changing your identity can also make a huge difference. At one point, even while doing well with other habits, I still struggled with certain addictions. But when I started liking someone, I realized I didn't want to be the kind of person with those habits. Shifting your self-image can be powerful because we act in line with who we believe we are. If you see yourself as someone who has their life together, quitting becomes easier. Step 6, understand that relapse happens. And it doesn't mean starting over. If you slip, be kind to yourself and focus on the progress you've made. For example, if you stayed sober for a week but slipped up one night, acknowledge that week as an achievement. Keep setting new goals and stay focused on improvement. Quitting any addiction isn't a straight path. It's full of trial and error. There will be setbacks, but it's up to you to commit to improvement. Following these steps will help you break free, leading to a happier, more fulfilling life. I'd love to hear your strategies for overcoming addiction in the comments. If you found this helpful, please subscribe for more content like this.